Welcome to toy-polloi.
Hello and welcome to another video from toy-polloi. Now, I've already done one video showing the restoration of this Death Star droid from a very battered Death Star droid with a broken leg, and at the end of that video I showed how I'd sprayed it with a chrome spray. Now, since doing that video, a lot of people have got in touch with me saying that there's a few other ways that I should have done the chrome that would have made it look a bit better. So the main one that everyone seems to be saying is that I should have sprayed the figure with a gloss black spray and then done a very light coat of the chrome spray, and the chrome finish would have looked a lot more chrome-like. This is an original Death Star droid here on the left than the one I ended up with here, which is a little bit dark, as you can see. So today I'm going to try and re-chrome this Death Star droid and try and make him look a little bit nicer like this one. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to strip off the paint that I've already put back on this guy. I'm going to use the oven cleaner method that I used to get rid of the chrome in the first place, and obviously I can take this guy apart because this is the one that I've repaired the leg on. So let's go ahead and we'll use the oven cleaner to remove this chrome spray, and then we'll try again. So here we are. I've now stripped off the paint that I put back onto this Death Star droid, so he's now back to the bare plastic that's underneath. And so this time I'm going to coat it with some black spray. I've been down the shops and I bought this gloss black, this is a Plasticoat spray. So first up, let's go and spray this Death Star droid black, and then I'll add some thin coats of the chrome spray that I previously used, and we'll see what sort of finish we get the second time round. So here we have the Death Star droid with the gloss coat of black paint on it. As you can see, it's starting to look quite good, and a few people suggested I should just do a black version, like the black version that you actually see on the Death Star. And I have to say, it would look quite nice like this. It's quite a good finish, quite shiny, and I guess if I just sort of painted some silver on the eyes and on the shoulders, he would look quite good. But really, this project is to try and restore this to look like the original Death Star droid, which is the silver version. So now that I've done the black coat, I'm going to use the chrome spray that I used before. This is Plasticoat chrome spray, and I'll give a few light coats and we'll see what happens. I have to say, I'm sort of a little bit dubious about this. I know a lot of people have said that the black works, but I think the problem with the Death Star droid is that the more coats you put on, the more the detail is going to disappear. Already the detail on the head is starting to look a little bit sort of well, just a little bit lost, a little bit soft. Obviously the original chrome finish that they did was a very light, thin coating of chrome, so the more coats of paint I put on, the more detail is lost. But it's worth giving this a go, so let's go and give this a spray and we'll see what happens. So here we are a few days later. I've done a lot of thin coats on this, so thin coats of black and then let that all dry off, and then thin coats of the chrome. And as you can see, it's actually come out even darker than the original one. I'm not particularly happy with how this finish is working. The shine isn't as good as the previous one where I just put the chrome spray onto the bare plastic, and overall it is looking an awful lot darker than the original one. So I actually think I'm going to give up on this, because the more paint I put on it, the thicker it looks and the worse it looks. So I'm actually going to go and strip this paint off again for a second time and then just re-chrome it just with the chrome spray onto the bare plastic, as I think that actually looks an awful lot better than this with the black undercoat. So thanks to everyone who suggested this, but I actually don't think it just doesn't work on this. It ends up being too thick and too dark. So yeah, it's a shame, but let's go and strip the paint off this for a third time, and I will just chrome it with the chrome spray. And here we are back essentially at the start again. As you can see, this guy on the right, I stripped off all of the black and chrome paint right back to his plastic, and then I've now re-sprayed him just with the chrome paint onto the lighter plastic colour that the figure is made of. And as you can see, I actually think that is a much better finish. The black paint underneath just didn't work. So really, it was worth trying. It's always worth trying these things, and stripping the paint on and off is not that much of a job. It just requires a little bit of patience and some oven cleaner, and it's you know, a few days later and it's all done. So I just think this finish, although not perfect, is actually a lot better than the one one with the undercoat in black. So really all I've got to do now is to repaint the eyes and the shoulders, which I'll do, and then I'll show you the finished article, and that will be the end of this video. And so there we have it, the Death Star droid is back to how he was at the start of the video. I do like people to make suggestions, and please keep on giving me suggestions, because there's always things that I haven't done before, haven't tried, and this was one of them. So certainly worth giving it a try, but for this figure, and in this instance, I don't find the undercoating actually made it look any better. In fact, I actually think it made it look worse, and that the original chrome straight out of the spray can that I used was actually the best option. There are obviously better ways of re-chroming figures, but they cost a lot of money or require specialist equipment, and if you're just doing this sort of out of your garage and at home like I do, then spray can chrome paint certainly doesn't do a bad job. So I hope that video has been of interest to you, and thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching toy-polloi. Subscribe for more great videos. You can also follow toy-polloi on Twitter and Facebook.